If this would not be God's opinion or conclusion about anything, then you must now start saying to yourself, don't argue with anyone out there, I don't accept that. By the law of your being, what you don't accept shall not come nigh you. And what you do accept and declare as your divine right, the highest good shall be. And you shall live your kingdom on earth. So let us know together now that we are all centered and in the divine, and we are conscious of every beneficent promise ever spoken out of the mouth of God. We accept this promise and this light and this liberty and good for all of humanity everywhere. And I accept this liberty and great and seemingly miraculous demonstrations for each one in this room, right now, wherever they have been congested in any way whatsoever, physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, any way, each one realizes the life of God is a pure stream of good in me. I break down all barriers now. I stream the glowing spirit of myself throughout every vein, every particle, every nerve ending, and all aspects of my mind and heart. Each one now is buoyed on their divinity, allowing the supreme consciousness within them to bring forth new manifestations and pearls of greatest good, straight from the heart of God. I release my words with law, knowing it's accomplished when we speak. That demonstration after greater demonstration of divinity comes forth for each one in this room as never before. So be it, and so it is. Where can I receive my demonstration? Must I receive it first? Within. Can I receive within? By the law, it's without. Very easy. Don't have to worry. So let's break the lunch. And we know that we have just had very great food for the well-being of our physical body and our aesthetic and our taste. But let us know that the greatest food and the true food that we really do live on, that which is called the breath of life, is truth. When we have truth, we have everything. And we all know that even the highest avatars and masters get their nourishment direct from the sun, direct from the prana, from the energy that is in that nurturing energy of the universe that is right. It's not the air that sustains us, it's what's in the air. It's the prana that sustains us. So, just recapping this morning, we want to remember now, what's the path of God? How do I get to God? What's the way of God? Remember, mind rules your universe. The combination of your mind, your clear thought of good and only good and magnificence for your life and for every life. You must have that invisible thought about yourself, for you are God where you are, okay? That, if you have that thought, you will have the essential feeling of God in you, which is love and which is peace. When we have right thoughts, and we are acknowledging the divine presence in all our ways, and that it is us and is in us, and is everything that life is, and it sustains this universe. We have love, and we have deep peace, and we are very centered, and that is us being who we are. When we're off center and we forget who we are as divine beings and our right to experience every good and to create every good limitlessly, because we work with a limitless power called mind, which can create everything. When we forget that, we slip into a state of separation And that is what causes our physical fatigue. It causes all our problems. It causes aging. It causes death. None of these things, you know, it's that God created life, man, woman, through negativity and through just simply forgetting, has created death. So as we align our thoughts with the divine, we shall see that death, lack, limitation, disease, all forms of illness, of every form of imbalance and illness, which is an outpicturing of the state of consciousness. By the law, everything we think must outpicture in our life. So as a race and as a civilization, we have outpictured all the negativity and the separation and the denial of the divine life in the outer form of, you know, mental illness, mental emotional illness, people suffering from poverty and so on. And there will come a time, as now in this time, our consciousness universally raises to the level of the Christ consciousness. As we do that, and to the degree we do that, degree by degree, we will slowly see all these remnants of negativity, effects of negativity, fade away, and we won't even know that they're gone. We won't even know that they're gone. It will be so subtle. So you realize that the alchemy that you're doing with your mind and consciously unifying with your godhood, your spirituality, by doing that, your vibration is also raising every vibration all over the planet. So there's only one body of being, and that is us. There's only one thing manifest, one son/daughter of God. I only made one son. So every living thing is a divine progeny. Okay? And is it? So you can expect, you know, to live longer, to demonstrate more bountiful things than you have ever imagined. You can expect to have instant healing, physically, mentally, in every way, as you learn the supreme laws of mind and you apply them. So, you know, we have to practice this teaching because we have been so far afield for so long. We must consciously practice the truth right in the midst of our challenges. That means in the face of appearances, when the storm is blowing, you know, that's when we must rise into the eye of the storm and only know I am that I am. You know, and all the currents of the storm obey me. So Christ was the living embodiment of the powers of this love. And no one comes to true power unless they are using it for a purpose of love. When your purpose is love, and I believe as Marie or Dorothy says, when your intention is to create good for yourself and there's no harm in there for anyone else, it's not harming or hindering anyone in the universe, your intention is love, you may ask for what you want and you shall receive. Now, to get to this emotional state where we truly know this and feel it within the marrow of our bones, within our DNA structure, within our whole nervous system, we must know that every thought that we have ever had that is limitation, denial, every thought that has ever been told to us is not the truth. We only believe that it was. We believe that it was. But because I believe something is so, and I base my whole life on it, does it mean that that's the truth? No, it does not. Okay? Because I experience a time of difficulty, a time of hardship financially, does that mean I am poor? No, it does not. I remain ever the same what I am as established in God, but I won't consciously experience the benefits until I realize really who I am and bring it into my every attitude, my every expectation, my every action. We have statements, right action, you know, right thinking leads to right feeling, leads to right action. We live in harmony with the divine in all our ways, all right? So, Let us all just center now, taking a deep breath. And with every breath we breathe in the infinite substance into every fiber of our being, realizing, filling up our being on this atomic light substance, knowing the truth about us through and through is we are the completeness of divine light manifest. And now we rise to the summit of consciousness, each one of us, remembering the perfect Christ in us is our only truth. Realizing this anew, we overview our life as it was, as it is, as it shall be. Each one overviews now and knows therein, as you witness yourself moving through circumstances and situations, from childhood on to infinity and beyond, there is the Christ unfolding. There is the divine being gaining in wisdom, gaining in strength, gaining the cosmic heart of love. There is the being that transforms everything into the golden good of God. Each one now sees their very own body as their thoughts lighten and their heart overflows and pulsates with the love of the entire universe. Each one's body, even the skin itself, becomes permeated with gold dust, atomic gold, illuminating the skin, illuminating the tissues, illuminating the mind. And we know this golden being that we are lives on the breath of God, lives and drinks from the fountain of truth, lives in bliss. Each one now sees themselves bringing the Christ, consciousness of divine perfection and love, to whatever area needs healing now. And as the consciousness pours through, in and throughout the light, in and throughout the situation at hand, we see divine alchemy at work. The twinkling of an eye, the divine perfection, transforming all appearances to the most perfect, exquisite outcome. And we give thanks for this power, which is the mighty power of divine mind in our lives, to bring all things out exquisitely and right. And we commit ourselves now, in deepest heart, to live the supreme consciousness in all our ways, to set the invisible pattern for each and every to follow unto bliss and happiness. We know the time has come, and we are it, and we are glad to leave all remnants of suffering behind, and to accept the kingdom, and to feel a kinship with the God in us, knowing the kingdom is ever at hand. All I need to do is ask what I will, and I shall receive. For I am thine, thou art mine, infinitely, eternally, and none can come between. No thought, no chronic experiences, no belief can ever come between me and Creator God, beloved, all in all. I am one. I live with the consciousness of oneness unto eternity. So be it, and so it is.